She's got to talk things over with her husband. So there's a lot of like potential obstacles or objections.
Yes. Have you ever considered that way of thinking has led you to be where you're at today? How do you make
Oh, it might be something that I look into in the new year, but I know it's something she's in pain about now.
Honestly, in my opinion, just read it and then just disregard it. The reason why is
So are you selective in the questions that you do answer and the ones that you don't?
Yeah, easy tip for everybody is the more.
So I have a meeting lined up with someone later today who I met with a couple weeks ago. She's very analytical, she's very busy, but she obviously is drawn to me and wants my help. She said on her intake form, she's got to talk things over with her husband. So there's a lot of like potential obstacles or objections.
Yeah.
The
Good that you're
husband's
seeing
not
that.
going to be on the call. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know I'm going to have to deal with that. She asked for references, which I gave. I usually say, well, I have a lot of testimonial videos. My clients are really busy. But anyway, I had very generous people who had a chance to talk to her. It went well. So I think she's really looking forward to today. But because of the time busyness, she did say in our first call, oh, it might be something that I look into in the new year. But I know it's something she's in pain about now. So I just wonder about, and I like, I've done a lot of these calls and for my process up until now, I have like, depending on the person, I will share the price because sometimes like I like to make decisions just aware of all the parameters. So if I feel like that's not the deal breaker, because she has income, so that's not going to be the thing, the make or break thing for her. But she is a data collector. So
Yeah.
how do you tell us a bit more about how you might work with someone like
It's
this?
just depending on the degree of how analytical they are. Sometimes it's just crazy. But like main point, like the core thing with analyticals, like the core of it, like in the exact same way that with an expressive personality, we have to be very proactive. So in one word, in one sentence, we have to interrupt because they just go on a tangent every single second. In the exact same way, we have to deploy that energy with an expressive. We have to deploy the same intention, the same energy with the analytical, but in a different mission. And the mission is they will try to go into the weeds. We'll just get them and put them out into big picture. They'll try to go into the weeds. We take them back into big picture. And it's just constantly that dance, that battle. It's hard. It's not easy. Like analyticals is like, are these videos all hosted in Kajabi or do you have them on Teachable? Like it's irrelevant. You know what I mean? It's just like, where is that question coming from? And in your background, what university did you study? Like, what kind of like certificates did you get? Like all these crazy questions. Like, what is your success rate? What is your client's success rate? If I do this in 75 days and I put 5 hours, what kind of results can I expect? You know what I mean? Like all of these questions. Okay, now I have clarity on step 3 and 4. Can you walk me through steps 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10? Because I just need to know. So it's a lot of pulling back up into high level view. And a lot of the times challenging them, just literally challenging. Like the biggest value that we can give an analytical, hey, and I'm an analytical. Like sometimes I tend to overthink things, and I shared this in the past as well. Like I was once in a call as a prospect and I was like, blah, 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 blah. And the closer was a good closer. The closer told me, this is sort of like step 75. Like you're in step 2. Like, does that even make sense? I was like, yeah, I got you. Like I just try to get the full picture first. Like, yeah, you tend to overthink things, right? I was like, yeah, I do. I literally said, am I doing that right now? And he said, yes, you are. But I'm coachable. I'm willing to see things from a different perspective, right? So some people might be like that. Some people, you might need to just guide them a little bit. It's like, hey, this is the third time you ask, step 70, we're first chapter. Can you see what your mind does? Yes. Is this a pattern for you? Yes. Have you ever considered that way of thinking has led you to be where you're at today? How do you mean? Yeah, you've told me that you've been 6 months trying to fix this, but you haven't found a solution. And you and I both know there are solutions. Would it be safe to say that you never found the perfect thing because there's, oh, yeah. Yeah, so do you see what's happening here? Show them their tendency to just be that analytical, how that is just like slowing them down or harming the progress.
So are you selective in the questions that you do answer and the ones that you don't?
Yeah, easy tip for everybody is the more specific the question is, and the higher the urge with the energy in which they ask the question, the more cautious you need to be with answering that question. Most of the times, you don't want to answer the question. You want to check behind the question. So the more specific the question is, the more you want to check behind. What's your success rate? What's the percentage of people that actually get to $20,000 per month with their stores? That's a very specific question. I bet you had that written down or something. There must be a very important story about why you're asking that question, or a very important reason for you at that level of specificity. What's coming out for you? Right? So I didn't answer the question. Is all of these group coaching calls? Wow, that's a good question, by the way. Did you ask that for a specific reason? Just so I can get the context, so can better help you out? Is there an agreement with all of this? Like all of this is just sort of like put down into an agreement or something? That's a great question. Can you imagine if there wasn't? Well, whatever. I guess like, what's the main reason you're asking that? Just so I understand, right? So you're just checking behind, and you want to understand what's behind. What's behind most of the times is uncertainty.
Yeah, okay. So I'm prepared for her to say, okay, I've got to think about it, talk to my husband, and I'll consider for the new year, which is all like,
Yeah.
so.
Anything that anybody says prior to the call, prior to us doing our thing, meaning the discovery, about, I want to look at this, I want to just, even if they put in the form, honestly, my opinion, just read it and then just disregard it. The reason why is because people lie in the forms and they say that from the level of awareness they are in. The moment they hop on the call and with the process that we do, which is bring them the awareness, essentially, then is when we are truly going to realize whether this is a need, this is an important thing or not. And if it's not, guess what? I'm not even going to present because it's not a priority for them. So any quote, sentence, or anything, either on the setting call or in the form, it's just like, fine, okay. Don't generate any emotion about that. Just be aware that, this is one of those calls where you're going to have to really, really go down the surface and understand the emotions behind even booking the call. Because very rarely is a logistical, like very rarely. I'm not saying that, that there might be one case, but very rarely it's just logistical. It's just some sort of uncertainty or anything. Otherwise, why would they book the call? If you want to do it in 3 months, why don't they book it in 3 months? Also, because that's not like, my truth, how I say things, but also I learned this from, I don't remember which closer it was, but I know it was a very good closer, which is this. He told me, like, it doesn't matter if it's true or not, Paulo. It only matters if it helps you. I was like, huh? What do you mean? It's like, yeah, like what puts you in the better state to make sure you're going to do your best in the call? The belief that, yeah, this person is going to join, but it's not going to make a decision because they have a true logistical thing and they're going to start in 3 months, or the belief that they are just saying that from unaware place, and once you get down the surface, you're really going to see truth. And if this is something really important, they're going to do it on the call. Like, which one helps you? Which one is more practical for you as a leader? Regardless of which one is true. Like, that's a good point. Yeah, it serves me more the belief that they don't know what they're saying. Just some food for thought there. Like, it helped me out. So, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because I'm more inclined to go through with the call. I mean, I love the calls. It's good practice. It sharpens my saw. But there is like a discipline that I was seeing you demonstrate of like, okay, well, it's not a good fit. I'm inclined to be like, well, the awareness isn't there. I'm here to, I'd rather go in to see if there's any remote chance of helping them. I will go for it.
It's not that I'm looking to say you're not a good fit, but I'm going to challenge them and I'm going to create a dialogue where they have to sell me on why they have a problem and why do they need to do something about it now. They have to sell me. That doesn't have to be the other way around. So if I'm doing my discovery and I just hold the emotions and they're giving me reasons, right? They're giving me pain, current pain, present pain. They're giving me something that they aspire, a goal, and attached to that goal, which they don't have. That's why it's a goal. Then I hit them with the consequence question. There's emotion. And then I hit them with the urgency question. And for whatever reason, they just act out of congruency, right? So there's pain, there's a goal, there's pleasure. There are consequences if you don't fix this problem, consequences. And I go, why consider and why looking at solving these issues now? Like, why not push this down the line like most people do? Why not put this off? And they actually go and say, yeah, I don't know, because there's a lot of things going on in my life right now, blah, blah, smoke screen, whatever. So it is important, but yeah, it might be better if I start 3 months. Like, I would genuinely ask them at that point, it's like, do you genuinely believe that? Like, just genuinely believe what you just said? How do you mean? Yeah, just genuinely understand. Genuinely want to understand, is this priority for you? Is this important enough for you to actually do something about it? Or is not? Just can stay organized on my end. Yeah, it's a priority. priority. Is it though? Yeah, it is. But bullshit excuse. Then right, it's like then that's an opportunity for me to show up as a leader, because if I don't do that, then I'm just like everybody else. I'm just another conversation. So that's an opportunity to challenge them and to really get down to, hey, you tell me, is this either a priority or not? There's different ways to do that. Challenge, reframes, analogies, the $1 million cash back analogy, whatever. But it's just like that's where we come in and we just truly act as a leader. And it's going to be black and white. It's going to be, you know what? Yes, this is a priority. I cannot put this off. I don't want to delay this anymore. Yes, you're right. Or they're going to admit it's not a priority. They're going to admit they made a mistake. They shouldn't have booked the call. And we're going to put a pause there. We're going to continue in the future. But I have one line that is like, I will start digging. I mean, there's different trainers in the market. They will just say different things. So this is just how I see sales and how I do this. And to me, we're not magicians. To me, we cannot create things out of thin air. So the urgency is either there. If it's there, I'm going to find it and they're going to agree with me. But if it's not there, it's not there. If I just do everything and they have more reasons to give themselves on why this is not a priority than reasons for this to be a priority, I'm going to tell them that. I'm going to say, hey, it doesn't sound like this is a priority for you. Like based on what you're saying, sounds like there are other things that are leading the top 3 or top 5 of your list of priorities. What's fair to say based on what I'm hearing? Well, this is important, but yes, this is not the most important thing. Okay, and that's fine, So I have to ask you, like, would it make sense to potentially take a risk down the road, put all this time, energy, and commitment, even money, to something that is not a priority right now? Like, no, it wouldn't, right? Because you just have all the things that are more important, right? The future of your daughter can wait. Your physical health can wait. Your financial security can wait. Is that correct? Yes. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it can wait. Well, it can or it can't. You tell me. But no, yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, it's just like I really make more money. I really want to leave this job, but I need to do this. Like, yeah, so then it's not a priority. That's fine. So if it's not a priority, I'm not going to be the one to encourage you to focus into something that is not a priority for you, because then at that point it will be a distraction. Would you agree? Yes. Then there's no point on us continuing this conversation, at least at this moment. Would it be helpful if we have another conversation once this gets into your top 3 priority list? I just want to respect your time and making sure you are waking every day, knowing that you're doing the most important things for you and for your family. You see, this is like, it's either that way or the other way. It's no dancing in the middle. Like I control the call. And it's just like, you need to check my boxes. If you don't check the boxes, how is that going to help you or me?
Either way, you're just helping them with the clarity to come to decision. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
You got it.
All right, that's it for this video. If you like it, smash the like button. It really helps the channel and also tells me that, hey, maybe I should do more of these videos. Number 2, share your biggest takeaway down in the comments below. Just one biggest takeaway. I would love to know. I read all the comments. And number 3, if you have a request for a video or a specific challenge you're facing as a high-ticket closer or in your calls, share it down below or share it privately in my Instagram. I'm more than happy to have that in mind for future videos. I'll see you in the next one.